I would like to thank the family today for allowing me to speak. The first thing I want to do is pose a question to you. Have any of you ever met someone that you had an instant connection with? For me, that was James Fell. I first met James when I started my career in the fire service at Penal-Sun Coast in 2005. As in any introduction, I gave my name. However, it seems for the first few months he called me anything but Doug, Dave, Dan, anything but Doug. Eventually, he learned my name. At that point, I was one of the guys. It was just, hey man. First year at the department, I was a Pro-D firefighter, provisional paramedic. So the opportunity didn't present itself to work with James all that often. However, once I was cleared and able to function on my own, so at that time James and I became partners on Squad 26. It's where we really began to bond. Mostly here today are family or friends of firefighters, so you know our co-workers serve as a second family to us. The majority of traditional firehouses have at least 3 guys or more. In the case of Station 26, it only houses 2. Tight quarters of a single white trailer that we call Station 26 was where James and I started a friendship that we shared from there on out. Station was not busy that time, so we had plenty of time to watch movies, listen to music, or in our case, talk about our upbringings. Coming from a recent background in computers, I was in awe of the things that James had done, fighting fires out west, jumping out of helicopters, and just his travels and life experiences in general. I was inspired and admired by him, but it's not something that I would say to his face at that point. I had only known him for a short time. I realized that James is someone that sees every opportunity that presents himself to him and lived his life to the fullest. At some point early in our friendship, I had the opportunity to meet Cindy, or Kitten, as he so lovingly referred to her. As much as I'd like to tell you, the first time that we met, I don't exactly remember the day. However, that would suit James, as James welcomed me. He knew his life as he did so many others. So we were grabbing beers off duty or hanging out at his house. Speaking of his house, an interest of mine since I was a teenager has been animals. I've owned snakes, lizards, frogs, furry critters, spiny critters, and pretty much everything in between. Wouldn't you know it, the first time I walked into his house, I found a miniature zoo. It consisted of, just to name a few, a hairless dog, a pygmy raccoon, a blind possum, a lizard, and so on. I came to find out that not only were James and Cindy's all-around great people, but they both had huge caring hearts for animals as well. Another interest that James and I shared was a love of music. I'm not even sure how many jobs that James had in his life. One of them that benefited both of our affinities for music was the fact that he had been an employee at Janice Family. When I found out he could get into shows at a discount, read free, I took full advantage of it. Both James and I had eclectic taste in music, and we both loved to go to concerts, which worked out well because it didn't matter if he had heard the band or not. If they played a show at Janice and I wanted to go, he was always up for checking it out. Sometimes we could get our significant others to go. Sometimes him and I would go solo. Either way, you could always count on a good time and a few laughs. Well, the list goes on about the things that we shared in common, most of them being typical guy things: fishing, boating, hunting, drinking beer. It just seemed that he and I had a special bond and went deeper than I could put into words. I know James shared that connection with more than just me, so that was just his personality. He could walk up a complete stranger and be friendly in minutes with a hearty laugh and that big goofy smile. Well, there is one thing that most friends don't share, and that's a birthday. Because at some point in the conversation, we discovered that both of us were born on November 19. James in 1971 and me in 1977. It worked out perfectly come November, one of our first few years of friendship, as what better excuse to have a party than your birthday. And oh boy, did we have a couple memorable ones. That's a laugh this time. First one we had was at James's Cindy's house, and Cindy hired a Johnny Cash impersonator as the day's entertainment. It wasn't long until we were good and drunk, and up there singing along. But while I'm sure we sounded good to each other, I'm almost positive that we looked and sounded like the first few episodes of every season of American Idol. The next party was at my house, and there was a repeat of some awful sounding karaoke courtesy of James and I. Those are some memory of him that can never be taken away from me. Speaking of memories, there are a few others that I want to share with you before I close. The day before James passed, a bunch of us had the opportunity to share our memories of some of the things James was involved in, and I just wanted to tell you a few of my favorites to give you a quick idea of who James was as a person. I can't take credit for some of these stories because I did not perfectly witness all of them, but I would like to share them with you anyway. James always made us laugh. I don't think there's any explanation I needed to make there. Just got to look at Taser versus Chuck. James on being highly ingenious. I was told the other day that James once got kicked out of Disneyland for some reason or another. He didn't have enough money for a cab ride back to Pinellas County. He did discover, though, he had enough money in his pocket to get a complete stranger drunk. Told the waitress not to let the guys drink more than half empty. And at some point during the night, the guy was drunk enough, he borrowed his car and drove himself back to Pinellas. When the guy woke up in the passenger seat, he discovered he was nowhere where he was supposed to be. At that point, James pulled over and apologized to the guy, tossed his keys so far enough so the guy couldn't chase him, and made his way home. James, as a competitor, at the station we carry heart monitors. One of the attachments I would call would be a pulse oximeter, which measures the amount of oxygen in your blood. A normal person is in the range between 95 and 100. Just for shits and giggles, we'd have a contest on how low we could get this number. The only way we could do this is to hold your breath. I think the lowest I ever saw myself for any of the guys was maybe in the high 80s. But not James. He would hold his breath till he turned blue and nearly passed out. He could get it down to the mid to low 70s. As a paramedic, if I saw anybody like that, I'd be rushing to the hospital. Not James, he just laughed it off. James on relationships. Before I met my wife Colleen, being a guy in my mid-20s, I was still in and out of the dating scene. While the majority of the guys want to impress women early with flowers or other romantic gestures, one piece of advice James would always say is, don't buy her flowers or a card. Just give her a stick of gum or a Tic Tac. If a relationship just went beyond casual dating, you say, don't buy her a necklace or a bracelet. Get her a tricycle. I don't know where he came up with this stuff. If it came to the point of getting really serious, don't buy her an engagement ring, get her a dog. That should keep her occupied for a while. Unfortunately, Cindy can attest to this. And my favorite one that I was involved in, James on revenge. I have to say I debated long and hard whether or not to tell the story. But it's one that I know will go down in firehouse history. I'm going to leave out the majority of the names between him and I just to protect the others involved. As many of you know, James was notorious for losing things. Keys, sunglasses, cell phones, you name it. In this particular case, it just happened to be his watch, which I found tucked in a recliner at station 27. Initially, I was unsure of its owner. However, I came to discover that it belonged to James. We used to do a lot of pranks down in my days at the beach, and this day would be no different. That being said, I took the watch and wrapped it lovingly around something other than my wrist. And with the help of an accomplice, snapped a quick photo. This photo would be shared with James once the watcher's returned. Within what seemed like seconds, a certain chief came in and discovered that I had James's watch and was happy to return it to him when he made his rounds to Station 28. Unfortunately, he was not informed of his previous location other than James's wrist, and I certainly wasn't going to tell him. This turned out to be the wrong idea because later that afternoon we were out doing pre-plans with my lieutenant and my crew and received a very angry phone call from said chief. Needless to say, I was not looking forward to going back to the station that afternoon because I knew I'd be in for it. I'm still here today, so the punishment wasn't as harsh as I expected it to be. Well, James at some point had also seen where his watch had been. Without my knowledge, the help of his crew was devising some revenge on his own. Wouldn't you know it, we had a small fire later that night that the truck came and assisted with. Afterwards, he would usually help the other crews clean up. However, the truck guys made a hasty retreat to what I thought was back to their station in bed. After that call, I went back and slept the rest of the night and woke up refreshed in the morning. Just before shift change, I got a picture message on my phone of a completely naked James, posing in my bed with his pillow between my legs and a Sudoku book in his hand. My first thought was, how did he get here this morning without me seeing him? I never saw the truck coming. It wasn't until I made a quick phone call over to Station 28 that I found out the picture had actually been taken the night before, while we were still cleaning up from that fire. Somehow my restful night of sleep became a little bit more awkward. However, it wouldn't be the last time I saw James in all of his glory. While times changed down up the Hill Sun Coast, I made an extremely tough decision to leave the beach and go to work at Leoma. Well, I never forgot where I came from. I had another new family now, only at the firehouse. And in my personal life as well, the birth of my son, James. I didn't forget my family from the beach. Looking back at it, I didn't take as much time or effort as I should have stayed in touch. As with any true friend, no matter how much time has passed, will change things. You always just seem to pick up right where you left off the last time. And that was true with James. When November came around this year, for some reason, I decided